Hi everybody, welcome back. My name is Andrea Worley from the lifestyle blog AndreaWorley.com, and I wanted to film a quick little video today talking about the completion of my Whole30 journey. I did Whole30 for the month of February and the first 3 days in March, and I have since completed my very first Whole30, and so I wanted to share a few little thoughts. I would have gotten this video up sooner, but unfortunately my grandma has been in the hospital the last week and a half, and with that kind of craziness going on, I didn't get a chance to film this video yet and get it up for you. So today I wanted to share some thoughts about Whole30 and my own personal journey and my thoughts now after completing Whole30. So if you watched my video where I checked in about halfway through, things were going well and I wasn't having any cravings and I wasn't hungry, and that theme pretty much ran throughout the whole month. I found myself it getting a lot easier as the days went on, and I planned what I was going to eat and really thought about what I was going to have. It made the whole process a lot easier for me. So that was good. I think the biggest thing that I've learned since completing Whole30 is just how my personal body reacts to foods and certain types of foods and certain ingredients in foods. I think it's so true what the book It Starts With Food talks about, how we just we eat and we consume things and we have no idea really what it's doing to our body until you do something like Whole30 and you see the difference. And let me give you an example of that. After I completed Whole30, after not having all of the things the whole month long that you're not supposed to have, including dairy, gluten, grains, legumes, different things like that, that's all outlined in the Whole30 plan. After I completed Whole30, I had a meal with my family that included dairy and grains and subsequently gluten as well. And let me tell you what, the next day, my whole insides were just wreaking havoc, and I ended up getting very, very sick that involved throwing up and horrible stomach pains. So I had already learned very quickly that grains, how my body was affected by grains and dairy. I will say that with the dairy, I had a lot of congestion through my nasal cavity and in my mouth. It always felt like I was trying to swallow something that just would not get out, and I felt very stuffy through my nasal cavity. So these symptoms or reactions, I guess, are also talked about in the book, and kind of just a light bulb went off in my mind after spending a whole day throwing up and being sick with stomach pains and just laying on the couch and feeling miserable. It was kind of like a complete no-brainer that these things should either be completely eliminated or very limited in my diet. So I had already been eating paleo about 80% of the time before I started Whole30. So some of the things with Whole30 were not as big a transition as I expected them to be. I think because I was already eating mostly a paleo lifestyle. I think the biggest things to give up were the sweets or occasional sweets, and probably the creamer in my coffee, which before I started Whole30, a week before, I started drinking my coffee black, and now I actually prefer it that way and it doesn't bother me. So, and I find myself actually preferring to drink my coffee that way and make those changes. So after getting really sick, it taught me some huge lessons about what I'm going to put in my body and what I'm not going to put in my body. So I feel like those are some valuable lessons that I learned while doing Whole30 this first time around. So I'm taking the month of March off from Whole30 and gonna start back up probably mid-March, maybe early April, and this time my husband is gonna do it with me. So we're going to do Whole30 together, which will be a huge change for him because he eats completely different than I do. And so it'll be an interesting change for our family. So I'm excited to do another round of Whole30 with my husband this time and kind of cheer each other on and be each other's accountability, because the one thing I did find that was difficult wasn't removing the foods, but it was the fact that my children and my husband were not eating this way. They were eating the dinners that I was making that were Whole30 approved, but my kids, we were making cookies and we were making cupcakes, and although I wasn't having them, they were. And we were making pancakes on the weekends for the kids, and I wasn't eating them, but they were. So there was like that temptation all around all the time. So part of it was good because I withheld, like, eating any of those things and had great willpower, but it would just be nice to not even have those distractions in your face and have to think about those. So I'm excited to do this with my husband sometime in early April and see how we do together. So thanks for following along on my first Whole30. It was great to share my thoughts with you guys and share on the blog what I've been eating and how it's been going. So if you have done Whole30, I would love to hear your thoughts, how you felt after and what foods you reintroduced to your body to see how they reacted. I would love to hear your thoughts. So leave them in the comments below and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.